It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Rodgers going to come out throwing. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Looking outside him, he's got a man. That's Warren. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
On 4th down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. Job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Gun.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. 2nd and 9.
Let's get set.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Austin, the man in motion left. Now Rodgers. That's caught. It's Austin left side. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 6.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Second and 10. Rodgers again now. Throw left side complete. That's Warren. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
So we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the first quarter. Here's another good example.
Now Rodgers. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD. Well, really a fantastic play, not only to pick that off, but he had to run a long way, Charles, in the direction to hit pay dirt. He did it, and they got the first lead.
And that certainly changes the early tone of this game, doesn't it, partner? One moment, they were going to be in early control. Now they just have a few moments to clear their heads and get back out there against an electrified defense.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there, you don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Rodgers now to throw. Now get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Now it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Trying to find Calvin Austin. And that'll bring up second down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A 36-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
The Bengals sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll get this down to the 35-yard line.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Well, that'll be incomplete. Boy, took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. Right 80. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. This is caught. And the Bengals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go.
Brown going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. P-Ryan. And no sidestepping that here. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down.
This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is Rodgers. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Austin, the man in motion left.
47-yard line.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
This one finds Austin out right.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Rodgers going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
But you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings. But at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll send Austin in motion right. Here's Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Bengals' 45-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
He's going to have the hookup here to Chase. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
On 1, ready?
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
But 2 good plays on this one, Brandon. The first one at the quarterback because the pressure affected his throw. And I think it forced him to throw away from his designated target. And how about the second bit of pressure downfield? Receiver going up for the pass. Helping force that incompletion.
Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
T. Higgins,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals add 6 to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Well, back foot throw there is incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Rodgers to throw once more. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Boswell's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. On play action, it's Rodgers. But oh, he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
A handoff for Warren. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On the give, it's Warren. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go. Stop.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Gain of 7 brings up second and 3.
Let's get set. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he takes a shot at the end of that play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That one caught by all, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Here we go. Stop.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
On one, right?
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And Burrow going to throw again. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
On one, right?
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This one complete to Yoshibans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, just like last play.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Open man is Yoshibans. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
On one, ready?
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Burrow. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Noah Fant in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators.
Here we go.
They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Gun.
Burrow will throw. And this one is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there and to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here we go. Wide 80.
Now it's Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Halted in his tracks by Keanu Benton. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'll come up now, 3rd and 9.
Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
So this one, Charles, it's only the 3rd quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so because a 1-score lead you don't even count, but a 2-score lead you know can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now, they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Here's Rodgers to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this up to the 39. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Gain of 4 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
Now a run with 1. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game. And really, they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Third down at 6.
Now it's Rodgers.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go.
They run it with a D-line on first down.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
On 1, ready?
2nd and 9.
Gun. Stop.
From the gun again to Brown.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Here we go. Wide 80. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll try and do this himself. This pass complete to Higgins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
First and 10
Here we go.
at the 32-yard line.
The quick throw by Burrow is complete.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
And to give to Brown on the option.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
2nd down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3's all around.
They'll go to P-Ryan, try to pound it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Once more, P-Ryan. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Gun.
Play action. It's Burrow.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals are pouring it on. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Rodgers going to throw.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Now Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's 1. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going.
They'll start on the ground with Brooks.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's good for a Bengals first down. First and 10
Here we go.
at the 38-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Brooks. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there.
His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
Now a play fake. Rodgers going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Rodgers to throw once more. And Rodgers intercepted the third time. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go.
Up the middle, here's P. Ryan.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And that one going to be slowed up before it could really get going. Good work defensively to read the trickery and make the stop.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
On play action, now Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now Rodgers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Nightmare of a game continues for this quarterback, brought down with the game already decided. This sack adds insult to injury for him. Multiple turnovers, down by multiple touchdowns, now dumped early in a drive in the final quarter.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Right back to Brown.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumbled, recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
McPherson for the Bengals field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And how about this? Here comes a reverse. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you'll only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. Right? They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Once again, it's Brooks.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Trying for it with P-Line.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match,
Gun.
that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing